Okay, so here's the kind of housing situation I'm dealing with. For the situation I've been dealing with for about a year. Today is my mom's birthday. She would have been 73. She died on the 12th of this month, a year ago. After she died, and as she was in the hospital, I had to deal with some total psychopath, perp, basically demon possessed semen motherfucker that just constantly tortured the fucking shit out of me and drove me nuts. Constant death threats and insults, and nobody ever said anything about it, and I just had to deal with it because it would make me look like the bad guy if I stand up for myself, kind of thing. I had to wander out to get away from that shit. Then after my mom died, my mom's husband sold the place, and he was kind enough to let me end up with like a portion of the money. So I started out with like 50 grand, and since like June, July, or hell before that, I've been looking all over the place trying to find housing, but I've applied to many dozens and dozens and dozens of places, and I just can't get approved anywhere for anything. Even though I started out with like 50 grand, I couldn't get anyone to approve an application. I could have been renting a house the whole time. Instead, I've spent most of the time going through about $2,400 or more a month just on the cost of living in a motel. And there's other costs too, it adds up. I had no idea how much fucking things cost. All the times I've been spending more than $3 grand a month between the motel fees and just other food and stuff if I ever want to eat anything other than a pre-packaged microwave fucking thing, I don't have any way to cook. I have to maintain my car and pay for a storage thing too. Got my shit and everything I own basically almost in storage or in the car. Everything I have left that I didn't have to leave behind. I've been searching all over the place. I've driven to about a dozen mobile home parks trying to find an old trailer for sale. If they ever do have any, they're ridiculously overpriced, or it's impossible to get a hold of anyone. I've driven around these mobile home parks, and I'll see a lot of these places I'll drive around. It looks like meth central. It's just like fucking meth heads and meth trash everywhere. And I'll see like a half a dozen or dozen or more mobile homes that look like nobody's living in them. They're just empty and abandoned. And I try to get a hold of a manager, try to get a hold of anyone to try and talk about buying them, and I can't even get a hold of anyone. I'm gonna fucking call and drive around in circles around there asking everybody I could find to try and figure out where the heck the manager is or how to get a hold of him. Months and months pass by and I can't get a fucking single call back or anything. I'm ready to put money in their hand, but nobody will fucking sell anything. I went around to one of these shitholes that I found that was so off the beaten, like out of the, like you couldn't even hardly see it from the road. I just spotted it out of the corner of my eye, and I drive in there, and there must be a dozen or 15 or more mobile homes. They're just fucking abandoned, trashed. Some of them have like missing fucking broken windows and shit, just garbage and tweakers wandering around. Ask one of the tweakers, fucking when he knows anyone about if any of the mobile homes are for sale. Come to find out, he said he's paying $1,500 a month lot fee. It's like, Oh, so on top of trying to buy some old beat up trailer that just try to steal from me later, they're wanting me to pay a lot for you to even more expensive than the shitty motels that I've been staying in now. Only because I've got like a discounted weekly rate of $350 a week now. And this lovely jewel of a motel here. Can I flip the camera around? Now let me do it. I'm going to show you how great this place is. See the lovely beat up old table and drawer with a hole in it filled with the additional all the bugs you can eat, you know. Lovely super stained ancient chair from the 60s or something. Old beat up couch with a hole in it. All these like fucked up wall, fucked up paint. Good old screwed up, you know, stuff everywhere. Dirty floors with like things that look like blood stains on them. To pick off like stickers from somebody store-bought weed or whatever. Found a little bag with like, looked like meth in it or something. Flushed it down the toilet. Goddamn. A lot of tweakers everywhere and shit. It's just, but this is really like the best thing I could find right now. I've been looking online and calling motels all over the state for about, let's see, 4, 5, 6, yeah, about 6 or 7 hours or something. I've been calling around and looking around on all the online apps and searching on DuckDuckGo or whatever. Searching and searching, looking up one motel after another, calling around. Either all filled up or they want like $1,000 a week or something. Never existing vacancies. And I mean, we're talking about like major seedy shitholes, man. This place I'm in now, like, I didn't even hardly show you like how crap this place is, honestly. I mean, you could just walk right up to any one of these doors and like knock it down and easily just like slam into it, kick it, whatever, wide open. It's like we've changed staff. Like the entire staff has changed out here since I've been here, like 4 or 5 times or something. Went through that many different managers, and like the entire maid staff basically has quit or got fired, or a lot of them quit because I think a lot of the managers and stuff quit too because they just can't deal with it, you know. And the expense. Well, it's better than the one down the street that's actually a little cheaper, but the one down the street was so disgusting. It was like you'd almost be better off to just like sleep in your car or something than to stay in that one. I could save a couple $100 a month if I stayed in that lovely gem. That's like a little tiny room with like extra bugs and the old-fashioned style TVs and really, like a room about half the size of what I'm in now. And the bathroom's got this like disgusting fucking mold and shit everywhere, all in the tiles, and like a shower that you would see in just horrible shower, like not even a tub or anything. And the toilet's like wedged between these walls, and they got a special window for the midget to get in and kill you, you know. You just crawl through there and hit you with a club or something. Really? Just, and the beds, like at the other place, they're like, you know, old freaking spring mattresses and shit. They'd been there for like 50 years or cigarette burns and everything, and like bugs and filth all over everything. No security cameras, no parking. Something kind of halfway resembling parking if you can get in and out of there, if you don't mind having your car broken into and scraped apart, and or getting stuck in the spot because you don't have any room to pull out of the fucking parking. They don't even have an ice machine. At least this place has an ice machine. Doesn't have any laundry facilities to use. It's kind of grody. I mean, most people would think this place was disgusting, but this is top notch right here. I'm telling you, I've been in, I don't know, more than half a dozen motels since like July or whatever. And this is the one that I keep coming back to because it's like actually cheaper and better than other ones. Because and plus this one actually has smoking rooms. You mean you can smoke or vape without having to leave the property and run 100 miles into the desert? Wow. It's unheard of. Can't do that anywhere now. You want to smoke now, you gotta like get up like 3 o'clock in the morning, got a nicotine craving, gotta get up, throw some slippers or shoes on, grab a sweater and a coat, go out in freezing cold or rain or whatever the hell, and stand out in the middle of the road under the street light. Everyone laughs and points at you. Look at the smoker, filthy smoker. Woo! Homeless people walk past asking for change. Hey man, you got a light? Hey, can I get a smoke, man? Like shit. Now if you flick your cigarette anywhere, you're littering. Of course, there's nowhere for you to actually put the cigarette out because you can't have ashtrays anywhere anymore because that would mean filthy smokers might be attracted to it. That's the fucking world you live in, man. I don't even hardly smoke anymore. I vape mostly, but it's like vaping is treated like it's just as bad or worse than smoking somehow by all these anti-smoking Nazis. Fun historical fact, the first anti-smoking laws and all the vegetarian crap and all that environmentalist crap and everything, the first country to implement that kind of shit? Guess what it was? Yep, you guessed it, Germany, under the Third Reich. True story. You get the whole freaking country messed out on fucking crank, but no filthy smokers, no drinkers, how dare you? Oh, jeez. Just take lots of crank and drive 160 miles an hour down the freeway. Good idea. Just as long as you're not smoking. Or of any ethnic minority group. Etc. It's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm living basically in hell. And the really fucked up thing is, it's like, it feels like hell now, but like I haven't even fucking seen hell yet. I've been staying in a motel, had a bathroom and a shower of sorts and mini fridge and a microwave and all that shit. I haven't had to try to fall asleep in a car with a bunch of fucking assholes driving around going fuck with me. I haven't had to pop a tent up in the woods yet. If I fucking thought about it, it'd save a lot more money if I did. Can't keep spending money like I have been. I'm gonna be fucking totally screwed. I should have been able to buy like a 2-story house on a few acres or some shit and had money left over. The money I had to begin with, it would have been easy back in the old, back like 20, 30, 40 years ago or something. Just to be able to rent a house around here for $50 a month. Now they want $1,500 a month and provable income of 3 times that. So in order to even be approved for the cheapest shithole apartment, which means you'd essentially have to be making 54 grand a year in order to be approved for like the crappiest shithole apartment, and can't get approved for an apartment. Oh, well, there's motels. Of course, they're gonna cost you more than the fucking apartment you wanted in the first place, and you won't have a kitchen or anything. Probably could have been renting a house the whole time for the same amount of money as you end up having to blow to fucking stay in the motel, but that's the way it is now. Want to go stay in a fucking tent somewhere where you actually have like a space and maybe some running water or any kind of shit like that, or a barbecue grill somewhere? Well, shit, that's gonna run you about this pretty close to what it cost you to have a motel room, actually. Just park a tent somewhere. Pretty much. That's where we're at. Isn't that a lovely state of affairs? And it's like extra fucked, you know, because like I don't know what the hell makes me so damn bad. I mean, I get a little nutty or whatever if I drink too much, obviously. Like drink like a shitload of alcohol or something, I can get kind of nutty for a little while. I'm usually like nice nutty or whatever if I don't drink that much. But I mean, like 10 years ago, I was 10 years ago I was like, oh shit, a little more than 28, 29, whatever. Like I was dating chicks that look like supermodels 10, 10 years younger than me and shit, you know? Or, yeah. Like a slow year for me would have been like 10 or a dozen women in a year or something. I almost always had a girlfriend from the time I was 16 till I was like 28. Like basically always had a girlfriend. And any time where I didn't have a girlfriend, I had, you know, numerous women throwing themselves at me. Everybody wanted to hang out and be my friend, and nowadays I'm just like fucking by myself. Can't even find someone to be a goddamn roommate. Can't pick up a fucking chick that's like practically senior citizen or something. I guess I'm pushing 40, but like, what the hell, man? Man, I think I still look fairly good. I'm not all fat and fugly looking or anything. Still like fairly fit and smarter than your average bear, you know. Generally pretty nice and sweet and everything, but just everything, you know, to a point. I mean, it's just fucking with me, and won't leave me the hell alone. Or sometimes I could raise my voice or something. Oh God, can't do that. And if somebody's like bullying me constantly for months and months endlessly, I might feel a little perturbed. But it's like, I mean, what the fuck do I gotta do? I feel like I've just been shut off and cut off from the whole fucking human race or something. And like most of them are turn into fucking total zombies and shit. I can't get a fucking apartment. Don't even know if I could get approved to park a camp trailer somewhere, because God forbid I don't have a massive amount of income coming in, or a great credit score, or goddamn perfect squeaky clean fucking record of never having spit on a sidewalk ever. You know? Somehow I'm not good enough, but the fucking, like, ex-cons and meth addicts and shit are good enough to fucking get places. There's a bunch of sex offenders living across the street from everybody. And goddamn sodomites and shit everywhere. They're perfectly fine, that's alright. Goddamn ex-cons and shit, people doped out of their fucking skulls, but I can't have a few drinks every now and then. I gotta bend over backwards and kiss everybody's ass to even attempt to get anywhere, and then I only get like paltry fucking like, I don't know, pity, whatever. Like, what the fuck happened, man? Or being a TI, I guess. Hell, I haven't even talked about most of the shit that I've dealt with. I've talked about some of the stuff on YouTube lately, and a couple things. I rant about stuff a little bit, but you know. And I haven't been some kind of perfect saint or something, so I don't know what the fuck makes me such a targeted individual. I try to be nice, try to be good, but still have a drinking problem. And why the hell am I so goddamn like unlovable or whatever? Can't get into a fucking home, can't get shit. I feel like if I won the goddamn lottery, I could have like millions of dollars, and I'd still just end up stuck living in some fucking seedy motel, goddamn roach motel or something. Because nobody fucking rent or sell me a goddamn place. And I'll talk about some crazy shit now. You know? I might have mentioned it in another video, but like a couple of mobile homes that I was gonna go look at, I finally get a hold of a manager after like a couple of months of fucking trying. And I go there in person, and I see these mobile homes had been for sale, and then suddenly they weren't for sale, and I drove past and they looked totally different too, like they'd been repainted, or fucking some new trailers had been moved in their place or something. I don't know. It was weird. And I went to stop off and take a look at this motel that was supposed to be cheaper. I've driven past this thing like more than a dozen times. I swear it looked like it had, you know, a couple of dozen rooms or something, and way bigger parking area. Oh, another Mandela effect. Never mind. Oh, nothing. I just noticed some siren that I never heard before. That happens from time to time. You know, one day to another, the sirens will sound different. The lights on the vehicles will be different. Totally different types of vehicle. You know. Anyways, this motel that had like 24 rooms and another whole big parking area, like morphed to where when I went to go check it out, it had like, looked like it only had like 3 or 4 rooms in the whole thing. And like, parking was horrible. I don't know how bad it is. I've had people say good things about it, but it's like, I just hope I can get something fucking half as good as the Roach Motel I'm in now, and actually somehow save some money. Wish I could get down to like 800 or something for a month. You know, that would be something. I'd be saving a lot of fucking money. Actually have a goddamn roof and 4 walls and bed to sleep in. I don't know what the hell to do, man. And the fucking jobs don't pay enough to the kind of jobs I could get. Even if that is if I could ever even get hired in any of these places. Like, I'd have to be working, 80 hours a week or something. I still wouldn't fucking be making enough money to even be approved for an apartment. Besides that, there was some dickhead that was like trying to bully me for like 3 or 4 months when I was in some like basement room of a 120-year-old fucking house, giant fucking spiders, like just total crap hole, lead paint on the walls and all kinds of mold and shit. I'm paying like fucking $700 or $800 a month for that shit. Living across from some meth addicts, and I think that guy was a dope fiend or something too. He'd been screwing with me. You gotta go outside to smoke, of course, because you can't have filthy smokers in a 120-year-old fucking spider infested shithole full of fucking meth addicts or whatever. Gotta go outside and hang out with the myriads of homeless meth addicts walking past on the streets while you fucking try to smoke a cigarette or have a vape for a minute, Rain, sleet, or snow, 20 below, 30 below, don't matter. Go outside, filthy smoker. And you just like whole parking lots across the street, people living in their cars, living in their van, living in their fucking buses and shit, Bunch of people sleeping under bridges and tents and all kinds of shit all along there. It's a goddamn world we live in now. It's really gone to shit, I don't know what to do. I just started talking now. I guess I'm wasting almost a half an hour here, but I'm telling you, it's like after 4 in the afternoon now. And I've almost like steadily, constantly, since about 10 a.m. been digging through motel listings, calling motels up, just getting like the door slammed in my face everywhere. We're hearing like ridiculous rates that are worse than what it is here. I'd like to get out of here because I got this, goddamn guy that I used to, known for a long time or whatever. It's like a dope fiend or whatever keeps showing up over here wanting to borrow shit or trying to get me to buy junk from him and stuff. Wanting to use my bathroom and all this other crap and annoying crap out of me and driving me nuts. I just want to get the fuck out of here, and plus I'm blowing way too much money on this place. Ridiculous. Blown like fucking 33 grand or something since like June. Not looking great, I gotta stop this shit. Keep fucking binging on eBay crap, Like, oh, cool sword, I'll buy that, Buying fun junk that I don't need. Or, oh, I'll buy that, that'll look cool in my place. I don't know why the fuck I'm buying stuff for a place that I don't have. Buying goddamn lava lamps and shit, like I need a fucking lava lamp. I don't even have a goddamn apartment or anything. What am I gonna do? Plug my lava lamp in my fucking tent or something? God damn. I gotta find some kind of fucking solution, man. Something's got